Right, going live.
Yeah.
Right, take 3. This is our VW Transporter, and as you can see, it's got an Audi RS4 V8 in it. 4.2, naturally aspirated engine, does about 420 brake, doesn't it?
Yep.
But we're putting 2 turbos on it and making it more. So in the last video, you will have seen we put the turbos on and we got it running. Just after we cut that video and we finished it, we noticed there was oil on the chassis leg here coming from the back of the turbo. So these are the turbos from AET in Normanton, and they go basically on there. And what we noticed is oil was dripping from the back onto the chassis leg. So we were trying to discover what was going on with that. Took the turbo off. This was all off camera last week. Excuse me. All inside of here is dry, so we couldn't figure out where the oil was coming from. Oil goes in the top through the pressured lines. It's restricted by a restrictor on there, so it goes in at a certain pressure and then comes out of the big pipe there down into the bottom of the sump. Now, we couldn't figure out why that was happening, and we thought at first it was a problem with the turbos. We've sent that back to the lads at AET. They checked it out, and within a day or two said everything was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. They did replace everything just to be on the safe side. My theory, and this is my theory, is that I think because the turbo feed line is pressurized coming in into the turbo, then going into this line and then back into the sump, I'm thinking obviously because there's oil in here, and I don't know, this is just a theory that I've got, is that the oil is still in there and it's struggling to get down into the sump because the sump's still full of oil. So I think it's backing up into the turbo. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So what we've got is we're going to run it. We're actually going to run it now to see if we can see. We took the turbos off, blanked the lines, and we're going to see if any oil is coming from anywhere else. We think, or it could, that's the only place it could come from, couldn't it? At the exhaust port.
Exhaust, yeah, but it seemed dry inside.
It is dry, yeah, as you can see, it is dry in there. A bit sooty, both sides, but it is dry. So we are going to fire it up now and just double check without the turbos on. And what we've got, just to combat the other thing, if it is blocking up in there, we've got this is a Scavenge pump. So all this does, it will feed both lines into here. Once both lines go into here, then they'll be fed from a single line then straight into the bottom of the engine. Don't tell them where we got that from, so we borrowed it from somebody's race car, didn't we?
Yeah, I hope it doesn't start it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Did you take key out of it?
Key? It's a race car.
Oh, it's a race car,
It's
yeah.
a button.
Yeah, should have disconnected it, battery. Right, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to just check that, make sure. If everything is okay, we're going to put the Scavenge pump. I think we should put the Scavenge pump on just to be on the safe side, don't you?
Yeah.
I like how we're colour coding
Cloths now.
cloths now to the van. Yeah, so we'll do that and see what happens, and then we can crack on with everything else then. Get the Scavenge pump, get some pipes made up. Yeah, let's go. Right, we're ready.
Yeah.
Check for oil leaks. Torches. Right, buddy. It's after 9 o'clock. If the neighbours are awake,
Yeah.
awake they are now.
Neighbours out of work, they will be soon.
Going live now. Oh, I forgot you got to press button.
Yeah, it's not a key anymore.
Yeah, it's not a key. Right, going live.
Yeah.
God, it's loud.
Yeah. Well, not come out of there.
No, nice and clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Stick your fingers in and see if it's wet.
I'm not scared of you.
Oh, look at him.
No, it's just dry soot.
Yeah, it's sooty. We couldn't find any visible signs of oil coming from the manifolds, so we decided to put the turbos back on, turn the engine on, spin it again, let it run for another minute and see what happened. Unfortunately though, we did find oil again in the turbos. Right, go on, you can do a talky bit.
Oh, I hate doing talking.
I know you hate doing talky bits. Right, go on. So what we done?
I've got more of a face for radio than telly. Right.
A face for radio and
Yeah.
a body for Greg's.
Yeah, probably. What are you
Right.
saying? I'm breathing in.
I'm getting that way myself, mate.
Can you not see things anymore?
No.
Your feet, I'm meaning.
Me, yeah.
Right. Well, we've got a bit of a blow here, but they don't. Well, we reckon they don't do gaskets, do they? Because it's the manifold sort of wedges in,
Yeah.
doesn't it? It's a right
Yeah,
weird.
the bottom.
It's got like that steel plate has got a chamfer on it,
Yep.
and the manifold's a chamfer on it,
Yep.
and the top's the same, the chamfered, so it sort of pulls it all in.
So we could do with taking. We need to take it
Well, I'm
off.
going to have to take it off because it's
Yep.
blowing a bit into it.
So we'll take it off and see if it's straight.
Yeah.
Plugs. We found we've got what?
There's an odd one,
There's an odd one in there.
but they're not oily. They're very sooty.
But that's because, again, mixtures.
Yeah.
So we're still at a bit of a loss. We've ordered some plugs. We could put that Scavenge pump on, but you're a bit hesitant to put it on.
Yeah, because it's more things to go wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fed by the ignition, isn't it? So if it blows a fuse,
Yeah.
which it shouldn't do because it's like electric power steering and everything like that. It shouldn't. But we could be putting it on for no reason.
Yeah. I don't know what else to suggest. Unless we get airflow metered on somehow, see if we can clean it up a bit, see if that cures out.
Could do. But it's not going to stop the oil though, is it?
Well, I just wondered if it's more petrol than oil.
You can't smell the petrol though, can you?
No, it doesn't really smell of petrol, does it?
And you'd smell it on plugs as well.
Yeah.
And plugs out wet. So if plugs out wet, then there's not petrol residue coming through, is there?
Well, if we get a pipe bed for that scavenge pump,
Put that on.
put that on, because we don't have to hard mount it, do we?
No, we can just put a pipe on, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Right, we'll do that. Okay, what we've been doing at the moment, we're just draining the oil out, and we have fitted the Scavenge pump. It's a bit Heath Robinson at the moment, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, I think it'll catch speed bumps if we drive it like that.
Yeah. It's lower than Audi engine.
People complain.
Yeah. So all we've done is we've took, as you can see there, that's from one turbo, that's from the other turbo, goes into the Scavenge pump, comes out the other side, and then pumps back into the sump. And then this side, put blank on the sump. So, and then there's just a positive and negative. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put the oil back in, put the plugs back in, and then spin it over again, see if that makes a difference. Yeah. But in the meantime, there's some tea and toast that needs to be eaten, and there you go, mate, that's yours. Loads of butter slabbed on.
Cheers.
Good for the old arteries. And then we'll put it back together, fire it up and see if there's any problems then with oil coming out. Fingers crossed.
I would do, but me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure if it spat something out, but I think where I'd missed a bit.
All right.
But there's no there now. That'd have had little bits.
It would have had,
Spat.
yeah, it had
Spat on
it was
back, wasn't
spitting
it?
before. It's sooty, but that's it.
That's strange, isn't it?
I wonder if it was that then.
Yeah.
There's no on there. Oh, that one's hot.
Every time.
Every time.
It's not like it's the first time you've ever done that.
I know. It's a weekly occurrence. When they put shutters up because it's a bit smoky.
Yeah. 2 men found dead in garage. Need to mount that somewhere then if we're having that on.
Right, so now right, so now then we need to mount scavenge pump
Scavenge pump.
and shorten them or lengthen them. Need to make up
Short on one side and length at the other, don't we?
Yeah, need to make up some
maybe
pipes.
use one of them pipes as return and
Yeah.
just have one more made.
Yeah. Right.
Where are we going to put it though?
Yeah, there's not much space, is there?
No.
We'll mount it. Can we mount it to the chassis, to the subframe?
Yeah.
Make a bracket off at
Make a
subframe.
bracket and bolt it on.
Yeah. Fingers crossed we sorted that problem out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that's it. We'll just do it that way. and then we can get front on then and start mocking everything up.
Yeah.
Shane's going to come and do the intercooler, and that's it, innit? Intercool pipes.
Yeah, he's going to have a look at
returns.
turbo
Yeah,
pipes
turbo
and
returns.
things,
Yeah. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Right, do that.
Hang on. Right.
Right, where we at? You're going to, are you doing a bracket for the pump?
Bracket for that.
Yep. And I'm going to have to go get some sandpaper because we've phoned engineering company and all engineering companies are closed because it's after 12 o'clock on a Friday. We've just discovered when we had it running, you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah.
There was, obviously, that's the front, and there was a puff of smoke coming from the front. And then when we've took it off, the manifold off, it's a bit sooty on this side. And the reason why is because, can you see that?
Yeah, it's in focus.
Yep, right, I'll put a light behind it. I mean, it's quite obvious actually. But
yeah, you can see that.
Look how much that's out. So rest of it's fine. And I think what's happened is obviously when it's been welded, that's pulled out it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get a couple of sheets of sandpaper, put it on the bench, and do it the old-fashioned way, backwards and forwards for a few hours, and get it straight, because we don't want that. So we've solved fingers crossed we've solved
Fingers crossed we've solved the other bit.
We've solved that bit. We just need to solve this bit now and then put it back together. So we got it running last week, but like I say, these are all issues that you've got to sort out, aren't you? So we'll sort it, it'll work. Right, I'll go get some sandpaper and you make your bracket.
Right. It's almost like the way everything is, they thought about doing it, because steering rack, difficult, gearbox clear, steering rack and...
So scavenge pump's on. You're putting everything back together.
Yep.
That manifold's now flat.
Yeah, it's had a bit of filing and sanding and...
Yeah, that took 2 hours. What I'm going to do now then, the scavenge pump, rather than run it to the ignition, if we run it to the fuel pump.
Yeah, I reckon fuel pump.
So it goes on for a couple of seconds when ignition's on.
Yeah, and it won't run when engine's not running.
Yeah, we'll do it that way. Cool, I'll wire that up then, at least we'll get something done. We can't do the pipes, unfortunately. We were going to get it going again and run it, so make sure everything was perfect now. Can't do that because obviously we need some pipes making up and the place is shut, unfortunately, so we'll get them made Monday.
Part-timers.
Yes, part-timers, finish early on a Friday. Like builders as well. We got Scott behind camera, he's a good mate of mine. He's finished early today.
He's a builder.
He's a builder, yeah. Shall we have a very quick count? Are you busy with that? Are you all right for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
We need to do an update of the board.
Oh yeah, we do.
Right. Do you want to follow me, Scott? We need to do an update. Oh, right. Go on, you walk up there, I'll join you. Right. So, we haven't had an update for a while actually on subscribers. So, let's have a quick look. Right, subscribers has gone up now to 22,888. How cool is that? So, thanks very much everybody for that, for liking, subscribing, sharing, whatever you do. Let's say, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Don't cost anything. And it helps us out. Let's say it helps us finance stuff like, well, finance and oil change, done it on this. I'll pay for a gallon of fuel on that, and that's about it.
What about put 8 spark plugs in it?
Yeah, spark plugs. How much?
Well, they're £13 each, or £15
15
each?
quid each plus VAT for a spark plug. A spark plug and there's 8 of them. So yeah, we have some money to spend on it, and we've obviously running the engine and doing the flames and everything. That must have cost us about 40 quid, hasn't it, in fuel?
Must be out of juice again.
Yeah. So thanks very much for that. Appreciate it, guys.
Disasters again.
Disasters again. Engine running, we know that.
Yeah.
Well, they're not disaster because we figured out the oil problem.
Yeah,
So
fairly
on the
certain that's
turbo.
sorted now, isn't
We
it?
think we're pretty certain that's sorted. So that's a good thing. So
Yeah.
that's not a disaster.
No.
The disaster was for the turbos, we need the pipes.
Yeah.
The pipe company, hydraulic company had closed.
Yeah.
So we can't get them done, so we'll get them done next week.
To modify his exhaust, didn't we?
Yeah,
because that had a bit of a...
Yeah, modify the manifold. So that took ages to do. So that's done, but it's not blowing now, so that's good. So we get in there, we're putting stuff back together, but there are a few hurdles we've got to figure out.
Yeah.
One of them, what we're held up on at the moment, is the roll cage. We need to either get somebody to make a roll cage by sending them dimensions, which we don't want to really do, or
Not with our measuring skills.
No, not without. Yeah. Measure 300 times, make a mess of it. So we want to do that. We'd like to borrow a pipe bender.
Yeah.
We've had a look at prices, where we can't hire them.
We can't find anywhere to hire
We
them.
can't find anywhere that hires them. We haven't found anyone or any cheap ones that we can find. So we're struggling on that at the moment.
Yeah.
So we can't do the interior really,
Not until we've got caging.
because we want to need to get caging, insulate, carpet it, put the floor down, windows in. We don't want to do all that lot before cage gets done. So it's getting there. That's it. Parts are on it. There's a lot on it. Intercooler's going to be hopefully Shane's coming in on Monday to have a look at that for me. So yeah, it's getting there, but it's again tale of two halves. But we can't be downbeat. We have to keep going.
We're not downbeat.
No, we're not downbeat.
No.
How can you be downbeat with a nice pink van?
Yeah.
And I look, whoever said the comment, I don't know. I'm sorry, I forget who it was that said the comment. Really made me and you laugh, didn't it?
Yeah.
We are getting some merchandise made up. So once we get some merchandise made up, you will be the first person that's going to get something. I'll search you out. The guy that said it doesn't sound pink.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant comment. Yeah.
That made us laugh.
Yeah, that really did make us laugh. And yeah, there's been a load of good comments this week. So keep the comments coming in. And we will see you next week, where we shall get everything done.
Oh yeah, be done.
Be done next week. This is just like a trial for next week. Right. Have a great week. Oh, for everybody that came over to Rise Nation when I took the Gullwing to Belgium last week with Josh, my son. Everybody that came over and said hello guys, and thank you for some of the brilliant feedback on the Gullwing. And we will see you next week. So keep liking and subscribing, and yeah. Bye.
Bye. Action.
This is our VW transporter, and it hasn't got, as you can see, Go.
We're going to need a clapperboard.
I know. Right. This is sorry.
Take two.
This is our VW transporter, and we took the turbo diesel engine out. Got that right this time.
Yeah.
And we've put in, as you can see, an RS4 turbo.